Imagine the year is 1890. You are standing on a jagged rock at the very edge of the known world. Behind you, the mainland is nothing but a thin gray line on the horizon. Here, the wind does not just blow, it screams. The Atlantic Ocean crashes against the granite below with the force of 1,000 cannons. There is no town. There are no neighbors. Just you and the tower. This is not a prison. This is your kingdom. Hello, friend. Welcome back to the Drowsy Den channel. I am glad you found your way here through the storm. Tonight, the modern world outside feels a bit too fast and perhaps a bit too loud. So, let us leave it behind. Unclench your jaw. Drop your shoulders away from your ears. Take a deep breath in and let it out slowly. Tonight, we are stepping into the boots of a Victorian lighthouse keeper. A life of silence, duty, and peace. Are you ready? Let's open the door. You pull the heavy iron handle. The door groans as it opens, fighting the wind. You step inside, and you push it shut with a heavy thud. Suddenly, the world changes. The roaring wind is instantly muted. Silence wraps around you like a heavy blanket. The air here smells different. It smells of damp limestone, old salt, and the sharp chemical tang of kerosene oil. You look up. The spiral staircase seems to go on forever, disappearing into the shadows above. You begin the climb. 1 step, 2 steps. Your leather boots echo against the cold stone walls. Click, clack, click, clack. 114 steps. Your legs burn slightly, a familiar feeling. This tower was built with walls 3 feet thick, designed to withstand the fury of nature. As you climb higher, leaving the ground behind, you realize something profound. Inside these walls, the chaos cannot touch you. You are safe. You finally reach the lantern room. crown of the tower. The air here is cooler, surrounded by glass, and in the center stands the masterpiece, the Fresnel lens. It is a giant beehive shape of glass and brass, hundreds of prisms hand-cut and polished to perfection. It captures the fading twilight and scatters it like diamonds. Before you light it, you must care for it. You take a soft linen cloth. You wipe a speck of dust from the glass. Gently, respectfully. One scratch could ruin the beam. This lens cost more than the entire tower itself. Now the fuel. You check the reservoir. The heavy colza oil is thick and golden. You trim the wick with your scissors, ensuring the cut is perfectly straight. A ragged wick means a smoky flame, and smoke is the enemy. You strike a match. The sulfur hisses. You touch it to the wick. Whoosh! A warm yellow flame springs to life. The room is instantly bathed in a golden glow. But the light must move. If it stands still, ships will mistake it for a star. You grip the heavy iron crank of the clockwork mechanism. You begin to wind it. The heavy weights descend down the center of the tower. Creak, click, click. The gears engage. Slowly, smoothly, the multi-ton lens begins to rotate on its mercury bath. It sweeps across the glass, a beam of light piercing the darkness for 20 miles. The heart of the lighthouse is beating. The light is set. The machine is humming its rhythmic song. Your watch has truly begun. You descend the short ladder into the service room below. This is your sanctuary. The room is small and circular, lined with wood. It feels like the inside of a ship's cabin. You strike a match and light the small cast iron stove in the corner. Within minutes, the metal ticks as it heats up, radiating warmth into the small space. It is time for supper, simple fare. You slice a piece of crusty bread. You cut a wedge of sharp cheddar cheese. You place a kettle on the stove. You listen to the water begin to boil, a low rumble that grows into a whistle. You pour the water over black tea leaves. Steam rises, curling in the yellow lamplight. You wrap your hands around the ceramic mug, letting the heat seep into your palms. Outside, the weather is turning. Rain begins to tap against the thick glass windows. Tap, tap, tap. You settle into your worn wooden rocking chair. You open a book, perhaps a tale of adventure by Melville, or a poem by Whitman. In this room, there is no urgency. There are no telegrams to answer, no supervisors watching. There is just the taste of tea, the smell of old paper, and the sound of the rain. You are alone, yes, but you are not lonely. You are free. Midnight passes. The tapping rain turns into a driving storm. The wind howls, pressing against the glass. Beneath your feet, you feel a strange sensation. The stone floor shifts. The tower is swaying gently, flexing like a tree in the wind. You are not afraid. You trust the stone. You move to the desk and open the station logbook. The paper is thick and yellowed. You dip your pen into the inkwell. December 12th, 2 a.m. Heavy gale from the northeast. Visibility poor. The waves are breaking over the gallery railing. The light burns clear. You pause, looking at a small, framed, tintype photograph on the desk. A woman and a child standing in a garden far away on the mainland. Silence fills the room for a moment. You miss them. The ache is real. But then you look up at the ceiling where the gears are grinding overhead. Out there, in the black chaos of the ocean, a ship is fighting the waves. A father is trying to get home. A captain is praying for a sign. You are that sign. You are the guardian of the dark. It is a heavy burden, but you carry it gladly. Hours pass. The rage of the storm begins to fade. The howling wind drops to a whisper. You look out the eastern window. The black sky turns to a deep, bruised purple, then a soft pink. Dawn has come. You climb back up to the lantern. You blow out the lamp. A thin trail of gray smoke rises, signaling the end of your shift. You draw the velvet curtains to protect the lens from the sun. You step out onto the gallery railing. The air is cold and fresh. The ocean, once a monster, is now calm and blue. The night is over. You kept the watch. The ships are safe. In our modern world, we are told that silence is empty, that being alone is wrong. But the lighthouse teaches us something different. It teaches us that it is okay to disconnect. It is okay to tend to your own inner flame. Sometimes the most important work is done in the quiet. Thank you for keeping watch with me tonight. Sleep well, my friend.